let's see. Okay. Hey guys, it's me, Minidoxigirli. Honey. Well, this is the Minidoxy. This is Juliet. And she's honey. Well, she's got a back issue right now, so I guess. Oh, you okay? Okay. Wow, that was a really good debut, Juliet. Really mature. So, hey guys, so today, as usual, I'm going to cover the debate, and I know this has been a total, politics show, but kind of that's been what's basically going on, what's interesting to me. So, once the elections are over, then for our international people, that's November 4th, then, well, there'll be one more week after that where I discuss the election itself. But then after that, then it will become a regular news program where I'll pull interesting stories and stuff like that. So, the final presidential debate took place this week at Hofstra University. I haven't heard of it. It was about domestic policy, which basically means the economy. So, we'll start off. The first question is, why is your economic plan better than his? And McCain started off, and he started about how Americans are hurt and they're angry and they're this, that, and the other thing. They're innocent victims, that they want a new direction. Then he said he wants $3 billion of the $750 billion to be used for buying mortgages, which is an interesting plan. I talked about that last week with the economic and education, the economic and healthcare was what I did last week. You can check that out. Oh, and by the way, I think what happened last week was I pressed the end show button before I pressed stop recording, so the second half of my show from last week didn't show up. So sorry about that. It wasn't that interesting anyway. So yeah. But I got it down this time, so we're good. So, then Obama said, oh, and by the way, in case anyone's ever wondering why they start off and they thank every person under the sun, that's typical debate stuff. I mean, even in your college debates, your high school debates, the first thing, no matter what the question is you'll go, first I'd like to start with thanking the moderator and thanking this, that, and thanking my opponent. They'll always do that. That's always a thing. So, then Obama said that it's the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression, that it's important that CEOs don't benefit from this, they should have then he brought out his 4 points again, which he's done a couple times, that, we should focus on jobs, we should help families, right away with the tax cut, help homeowners renegotiate mortgages, and, I didn't get the fourth one, but I've said it the last, 3 weeks, so, yeah. Then McCain brought up our good friend, Joe the Plumber. He's brought up, I think it's been counted up to 27 times, this debate, where, should I be looking at the camera thing, or the screen? I don't know. I'll look at the screen, because it's easier for me. Joe the Plumber is a guy where, let me pull up some info on him, because it's interesting. He was at, oh my god, Joe the Plumber has a website. Wow. Oh my god, it seriously is. Joe Lara, Joelara, theplumber.com. Apparently that's his website. Okay, well, he is, wait. No, he's not the real Joe the Plumber. Nope. But the real Joe the Plumber is from Ohio, and, oh, hey, Heartbreaker. Hey. And he is unlicensed. Apparently he's not a plumber. And, his name isn't even Joe. So, kind of not true on so many accounts, but he was mentioned 27 times, so apparently he's a thing. But now he gets, like, followed around by cameras and stuff. There's some really funny pictures. He doesn't know who he's voting for. He's actually a really funny guy if you look it up. It's really ridiculous that he became the focus of the debate, pretty much. He wants to buy his business, but he's afraid he's going to have to pay a ton of taxes under the Obama plan. And McCain will help Joe buy his business. Sounded like he was going to literally go down there and shell out some money, and come on, you're politicians. You're not really going to go help Joe the plumber buy his little business. So then Obama said that's not true, that he won't pay a ton of money, that's ridiculous, that anyone under $250,000 will pay less taxes, 98%, throwing out a bunch of figures, but 98% of all small businesses make under that amount. Then McCain pointed out that Obama said that we need to spread the wealth around, and he said that that's kind of not cool, that we shouldn't be working on spreading the wealth around. Obama pointed out he wants to cut taxes, that rich people can pay more to help poor people. No one likes taxes, but we have to pay for the economy. And McCain said something that I thought was a good zinger. If no one wants to pay taxes, let's not make them pay more taxes. We have the second highest tax rate in the world. We'll chase businesses out of here if we raise taxes, and if we chase, and basically following the logic, if we chase businesses out of here, then they won't be able to hire people, people who are unemployed can't buy things, economy goes down and down and down, and total just ends bad. That's generally what he's saying. Then came an awesome question that I wish someone had the guts to answer, but no, we couldn't answer this. This year's deficit will reach $455 billion, or even up to $1 trillion, depending on whose figures you listen to. Each guy's proposal will add more than $200 billion to the national debt, regardless of the fact that we're in a total financial meltdown. What are you going to do different? Are you really going to keep going on this whole plan when it's going to cost so much? And both of them said, no, that's ridiculous. I'll cut spending. I'll go through it, I'll cut out everybody else's stuff. When really there's no way to do that. How are you planning on doing that? It was a ridiculous answer, and no one would answer it, and it's a really important question. How are you going to pay for all this cool stuff you want to do? You can't just go around giving people money and cutting people's taxes and doing this, that, and the other thing, and then not pay for it. It's kind of necessary to do that. It's kind of been part of the problem over the last 8 years. We've been doing all sorts of stuff, and we haven't had the money to pay for it. You can't, that just doesn't work. So, basically, neither one said they were going to do anything to change anything. Then, the question was asked, can you balance the budget in 4 years? Now, our budget, we are really in debt, like really, really in debt, and balancing the budget, essentially we take it down to 0 is our debt. So McCain says, sure, hell yeah, I can do that. And then he said his big line for the night, which was, Senator Obama, I am not President Bush. If you wanted to run against President Bush, you should have run 4 years ago. The Daily Show had a great response to this, which was, if you thought I was inexperienced this year, imagine 4 years ago. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Then he talked about how he wants to put a spending freeze, which essentially means that you can't spend any more than you already have. But we're just going to cut everyone off. Obama says that that's ridiculous. That's taking a hatchet where there needs to be a scalpel. They love that little thing. They love talking about hatchets and scalpels and that whole deal. McCain pointed out that spending freezes are happening everywhere, that New York apparently just did that. Then he asked Obama for one time that you stood up to your party and to the leadership and all this sort of stuff. And Obama's got quite a few of those. So, I mean, even though he is very liberal, very, very liberal, if you look at his voting record, it's pretty darn liberal there. He did have, I need to look at the camera? Okay. He did have